Yeah, and we're live. Recorded, but live.
Not really live.
We are here, Strikeout Beer, for a late night beer review, quick review, that is. We're having new Magnolia Brewing Company out of Houston, Texas. 88 Pilsner, an unfiltered Czech Pilsner. One of my favorites, actually. A Czech Pilsner is like amazing. There's a place up here in North Texas that had a beer. It's the one with the wolf. What's the name of that place over there in North Richmond? False Idol, Czech fraud. Ho, ho, ho. Phenomenal. But we're going to have this beer tonight.
So here's the thing. I'm conflicted because the information they have on Untapped does not match the information they have on the can. So on the can, they have its 5% alcohol by volume and 32 IBUs. On the Untapped, they have it at 4.9% alcohol by volume and no IBUs.
I don't believe the IBUs, but I'm going to go what's on the can.
Right, you got to go with what's on the can, because if you don't, if they put the wrong information on the can, you're opening yourself up to be like sued and stuff. So whoever does their Untapped needs to get their act together. So
fix it.
New Magnolia, when you watch this, and we know you will, obviously, right? I mean, come on. Your Untapped person needs to get their act together. So fix this, Rich.
Well, cheers to you, pal. Yeah, hard pour it. Oh boy. Oh, phenomenal. This is a gift. You know, they the guys over at Brew Fighters, Zach and Scott, they pepper us with beers every time I see them. And I was like, this has been in the fridge for a little bit. This, a couple more months, this would qualify as a late night or a clear the fridge. This would be a clear the fridge episode. But I didn't see that. I didn't check the date or anything or can. Oh, hold on. It's there. 88 Pilsner, 5/16/2022. That must be the canning date. So yeah, it was canned 3 months ago. Yeah,
4. You know what though?
So damn tasty. I love that flavor. I really do. I love Pilsners. Pilsner is one of my favorite beers.
Really good. Man, that's delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this does have an average score on here of 3.71, but again, all the other information is just a straight out lie versus a can, so I don't know what to believe.
Interesting. When was the last time you were down in Houston?
The last time I went to Houston would have been when I took the kiddo to Houston and we went to Astros game, Astros Tigers.
Didn't you go to St. Arnold or something when you were down there?
No, we did not.
Didn't
have a chance to. Yeah, so we drove in the day before, or no, the day of the game. We drove in the day of the game, and then spent the night, left the next morning. So
nice.
Didn't have a chance to go to St. Arnold's.
That's fun. But it's gonna be on my list. The next place to go is for like a quick visit. But I will be spending the night down there. I go to Galveston at least once a year, but I've been to Houston a couple times, and yeah, I just. When are you going to make like a run down there to hit up some breweries?
To Houston?
No, Pennsylvania. Which one would come first? A trip to Pennsylvania to check out some breweries or a trip to Houston to check out breweries? Take your time. I got all night. I can sit here all night.
I can see Pennsylvania happening sooner.
When was the last time you were in Pennsylvania?
I drove through Pennsylvania when I made my run.
No, Pennsylvania's on the East Coast, man. You went straight up to Michigan.
I don't know, man. I've been to Pennsylvania before. I've been there a few times. I've been to Pennsylvania more than I have Houston.
You sure about that? What were you doing in Pennsylvania?
I've gone camping there a few times. I've driven through there a few times.
So you left Michigan, which is known for their scenery and camping and all that kind of stuff, to go to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, because it was like summer camp with Boy Scouts, and we went out of state for our summer camps.
Gotcha.
We went camping every month, and for the once a month type thing, it was all within Michigan. And then for your summer camps, you went out of the state.
Okay. Nice.
And there's a few different camps in Pennsylvania that we went to.
Okay. All right. Nice. Nice. I don't think I've ever been on the ground in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Um, I think I've flown over it. I've never been on the ground in Pennsylvania at all. Right.
Yeah.
Being a Pittsburgh Penguin fan up until I was like 19 years old.
You've never been to Pittsburgh, but you're a huge Pittsburgh Penguins fan. I
Loved
love it.
Mario Lemieux. Love Mario
Love
Lemieux.
it.
I was sitting there in a comic book shop the other day, and they had a signed Mario Lemieux card. It was like $1,100. I don't even know if it was signed. I think it was just $1,100. Yeah. And I was like, I looked at Lizzie. I looked at Lizzie. I go, I got that card. She goes, you got that card? I go, it's in that box. It's that box of. So I have a bunch of memorabilia because I love Yerma Yager. I loved Mario Lemieux.
Wasn't
I don't
someone
know
that
why.
your dad knew? Like
Yes.
someone that your dad knew was in Pittsburgh and had these connections or something like that?
Yep.
I remember you telling
So
me.
Bob was like, your boy plays hockey?
Just
And
tell
I'm like,
us his real name. Why you got to give us a fake name?
well, I didn't want to give you the last name, but his first name is Bob. And he's BB, just like me. So he's like, your boy plays hockey and or whatever. And he's like, yeah, down in Texas. He plays, he's ice and roller, blah, 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 blah. And he goes, he loves Mario Lemieux. We're 66 his entire, up until like as an adult, I was 25, but I've been 66 all the way up through there. And he goes, no shit. I go, oh man, I love Pittsburgh. Got a ton of Pittsburgh memorabilia. Got all this stuff. Mario Lemieux, Yerma Yager cards and Wheaties boxes and this and that, figurines, all this kind of shit. So he goes, I'm gonna send him something. I'll send it to you. And so it's those massive containers that are probably, I don't know, like 4 feet long
Okay.
and like 2 feet high, right? The big ones with the wheels and shit on the back.
Yeah.
He sent 2 or 3 of them to my dad. Full of shit.
That's cool.
Well, I've never taken possession of this. He goes, you got to come get this stuff out of this damn garage.
So your dad still has it.
It's not here. I don't. There's certain things
So hold on.
that I allow around me.
I'm
And
confused.
there's certain things that if something just goes sideways, that shit is not involved. So it's been at my father's house for the last 20 years.
I'm confused because you're like, I have that card, but you've never had it in your possession. So how do you know if you have that card?
I've lived with him. I've visited and stuff like that. So I've seen the contents of the box. No, like when it first got shipped, I was there.
Was that card signed? The $1,100 one.
I don't remember. No, I don't think it was signed at the shop, but I think mine signed. Yeah, this guy knew the Pittsburgh. He did logistics for the Penguins back in the 90s. So he had access to everybody.
Let's look at Mario Lemieux. Okay, so if it's his rookie card.
I don't think it is. He's older. It's like 96. 96,
So like
97.
his 1985 Topps rookie Mario Lemieux card graded at a 10 on eBay is listed for $24,500 right now.
Yeah, I don't have his rookie card. I got all the stuff from the 90s. Like Bob didn't give me that, but he gave me everything else for like him, and because he knew I loved Mario Lemieux, he knew I loved Yerma Yager, and I don't know what it was about that. I just fell in love with those guys, right? And being a hockey player down here in Texas, listen, and I was a fan of the Stars. Whenever I got down here, I was like, oh, hell, I used to clip stuff out of the paper about the Rangers, like Pudge Rodriguez, because I was a catcher. And I was like, dude, Pudge is amazing. I love Pudge. And in the new stadium, you have the statue of Pudge, which is absolutely should have already been there. But yeah, no, I need to go through that. My dad just rides my ass every time I'm like down there. He goes, you need to take those boxes with you or those containers with you. I go, I don't want them. He goes, why not? I go, I just hold on to them a little bit longer. He goes, I've been tracking those damn things for 20 years. I go, I understand. I got you. I believe you.
Do you want me to send you like $5 or something? Like,
I know where they are in this garage. I know where they are. They're, I knew where they were in the other house. I know where they are in this house, which out back, and it's a separate garage. And so, yeah, I mean, it's like the shit that I have, this guy sent me just because was phenomenal. I thought I was like, dude, Thank
Yeah.
you so much. He goes, yeah. And I was supposed to go to Pittsburgh. He goes, oh no, you can come up here. We're going to a game. We're going to do this, and you know me, I never got around to doing any of that shit. So it's like, could have met these guys like after a game, and I don't know. But me being 19-year-old me or 18-year-old me, by the time it got around to me actually being able to travel somewhere as an adult, I was like, yeah, I'm out. I don't like people. I don't like people. But
Yeah. Oh, I hear you on that. But yeah,
but
no, I think one of my favorite things that I have that was passed down to me is when this was before I was born, but my mom was watching I don't even like my great aunt and uncle, their kids played hockey up there in Michigan and stuff. And they played in the league with Ted Lindsay's kid. And so my mom was at a game once and had him sign something. So I have a Ted Lindsay autograph that, she saw him there and she went and had him sign it. And that's the only thing she's left with for me was that. She didn't leave me any of the stuff that she took from me. She's kept all that and left that with the rest of the family. But that signature she did leave that with me. And so I do have that. She sent that off to me before she passed. And I do have that. And it's signed on, like, I don't even remember what it's signed on, but it's Ted Lindsay's autograph. And awesome. But I was always I grew up, you know, mid 80s when I start, recognizing sports, right? Red Wings, Steve Yzerman and stuff like that, right when he's first getting there to Detroit. So I've always been a huge Red Wings fan, but my best friend through elementary and middle school, who lived right across the street from me, was a huge Pittsburgh Penguins fan. And so I kind of grew to kind of like the Penguins as my, they were in the other conference, right? You got the one in the other conference. They kind of became my team from the other one through him and things like that. Had a lot of love and respect for Lemieux and Yager and things like that. But yeah, I've got some Lemieux cards and some Yager cards around here and stuff like that. But yeah.
yeah. And it's not like, I don't know. Am I diehard? No, I've been called like a not even a real fan, like a Dallas Stars fan. Even now, like I watch more Dallas Stars games than I do Pittsburgh and all that and whatnot. And I swear to God, this thing is like it's like buzzing around me. But I'm a guy that likes to watch the game. And there's nothing better than playoff hockey. And during the 90s, I'm watching,
And
Colorado Avalanche. I'm watching the Red Wings. There's a reason I know about the Red Wings. You know what I mean? They're players and whatnot. I loved the team. I loved watching the team. I loved the competition. And those two teams, they stick out very much in my memory because during that time in the late 90s, it was like, holy shit, these are the two teams that
right,
took
but even
to watch.
let's go to the 2000s because I think the Red Wings and the Penguins played at least 2 Stanley Cups in a row, if not 3.
Yeah.
With Sid the Kid and them, and we had Datsuk and Zetterberg and things like that. I remember going to Sparks, the bar across the street from the apartments I lived in, and I was going there to watch games.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have the channels that they're on and stuff like that. It's like, hey, I'm going to Sparks. Anyone wants to come over and watch the games with me?
Yeah. Brendan Shanahan like changed the game for me as well. Like I loved watching him. I mimicked a lot of his moves as well. And just like was it Forsberg? Who the hell? Joe Sakic. These guys molded the way I played the game. Marley Mew, Jeremy Yager, they all changed. I was a forward up until I got to like, I don't know what league. I was in like some roller league for high school or whatever. And then finally I moved to defense because I'm one of the, we had offense, but they didn't have guys who could play defense. I'm like, you guys are idiots who can't play defense. And so I moved back, but in ice, I was a forward, but in roller leading all the way up to that, like, 7 years. I was always a forward. I was always a left winger. I was a right-handed shooting left winger because I could use either stick. I could shoot left-handed. I could shoot right-handed. And it was so much fun. But yeah, those guys, they changed how I watched hockey and how I played hockey.
Yeah. I mean, you talk about Brendan Shanahan. I've always worn. I wear the number 14. Brendan Shanahan wore the number 14. Me and Brendan Shanahan both share the same, now different year, but we share the same birthday, both January 23rd. So the minute he came to Detroit, I fell in absolute love with that guy, because he was just a workhorse.
He's a
And
handsome guy.
crap out, dude, I would. I'm just saying.
he had this tooth missing, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
this guy. I was like, this guy just
He's
likes to have some fun.
got it. But yeah, no. And then like it was crazy. Like for me, with like Chris Chelios, I grew up absolutely hating that guy when he came into the league because he played for the Blackhawks, and for the Red Wings, the Blackhawks were one of our huge rivalries. But then when Chelios signed with the Red Wings, I was like,
Hey, buddy.
you know what? That guy's not so bad. I kind of like that guy. He's a good player.
It's amazing what a jersey change will do. You don't see it a lot, and you don't see it a lot in general, right? Like even football, baseball, there's no division or conference trades like that, right? Where you go to a rival because it just doesn't happen. They never trade or they never release someone.
Well, he was a free agent and he signed with Detroit, and it was like, yeah, and he played a decent amount of time with Detroit, like to the fact where he's kind of adopted Detroit. Like he's got some bars that he's opened up in Detroit and things like that. Like Chelios has stayed with Detroit and things like that. But yeah, he was one of those guys where I was like, I hate you. But then he signed with me. I was like, you know what? That guy's not so bad.
You get these guys on your team, and all of a sudden you're like, well, I mean, got a bad rep, played good, played hard.
Look at what I used to say about Sue when he was with the Lions.
Exactly.
And then he went to Miami. I was like, that cheap son of a
cheap shot, and CS and MF, and yeah.
But when he's playing with the Lions, like, you know what? No, he plays with a lot of spunk and heart, and he goes hard. But
I remember having these conversations with you. I go, you were so deluded. I was like, I've never dealt with a more deluded person in my life. And then when he left, you go, this guy sucks. I mean, he's just cheap shot in the shit. I'm like,
hey,
shocker.
You know why that guy kicked that quarterback? Because he's a psychopath.
Let's finish this beer. We're having new Magnolia Brewing 88 Pilsner unfiltered. Check. You know what? It's unfiltered. I didn't see anything crazy in there either. Just a little hazy.
I poured all the way out, and I've got no floaters or anything. I think they did a great job with this one. Yeah. This is a really delicious beer. I think it pulled down like a 3.7. I'm probably higher than that if I had to give it a score. But I really love Pils. I love Pilsners. A Czech Pils is like, yes, let's go. Yeah, huge fan of it. Go and get it and try it now. Stop what you're doing. Go find somewhere that has this beer and get it and drink it, because it's not only good, but it's good for you.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite styles, to be honest. Not only being a Pilsner, but a Czech Pils. When we start compiling other Pilsners in, German, Italian, things like that. But yeah, Czech Pils, I think it's just one of those ones that does stick with me. Every time someone releases a Czech Pils, I just gotta have it. And our guys over at Brew Fighters knew that. He gave me these beers, said, hey, I want you guys to check them out. I was like, no problem, man. I was like, I love drinking beer, and you keep giving me beer, so I'm going to keep reviewing them. So, yeah, appreciate everybody who stopped by tonight. It's a thumbs up. I don't give ratings anymore. I just give it's a thumbs up. It's I would definitely go get it. Yeah. I'm not gonna do the numbers game. I'll just say, yeah, I will definitely, if I come across this beer and I see it, I would buy it again. It was damn delicious.
100%. This is, if I see it, I'm buying it. If I'm somewhere in Houston, hey, you got that 88 Pilsner on tap? Because I want it on tap. Exactly. Delicious beer. Again, like I said, we don't always go with numbers. It's got a 3.7 rating average. I'm above that. That's what I'm going to say. And it gets what I'm going to start calling the Fonzie. Hey!
Absolutely.
Delicious beer. But guys, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate you guys. And we love you. As always, I'm Alan.
I'm Rapid Dave.
We'll talk to you guys later. Deuces.